You did really good homework because you were saying some things that I didn't think you would know. So
hey, I have to. If I'm gonna say it's the best interview, I can't have mediocre research.
All right,
I'm here with YouTuber, vlogger, actor, idea man, who has built up from nothing a channel that now has 2 million subscribers. How many views? Hundreds of millions at this point, right?
Yeah, we were over 700 million views on YouTube.
Yeah, so small numbers, over 700 million views, and we are here for the best Luis Mercado interview ever. How's it going, bro? How's your day?
It's going good. Nice to meet you.
You too. And we just heard you just dropped a video while we were talking. This is a fan submission. What does that mean?
So I've always had this idea for our show where fans would send us submissions of whatever they've caught with their spouses.
Yeah.
Big news! We got our very first fan submission. What you're about to see is footage of a guy proposing to his cheating girlfriend. If you have a partner that you want to expose, send us the footage and we'll make sure and put them on the internet so the entire world knows that they're a cheater. Just make sure and yell out, "You're on to catch a cheater, bitch." I have some like private ones on the emails that come in of these girls like going through their boyfriend's cell phones and like things that they've caught and like really private stuff. And it's like, if you want us to share it and you caught your boyfriend cheating, but this guy found out his girlfriend was already cheating on him, wanted to propose to her in front of everybody. And when he pulled out the ring, he pulled out a box and he said something like, "I've been carrying this around for 2 weeks now." And the whole crowd goes, "Oh no!" shouting. And he's like, "And a few days ago, I found out you were cheating on me with one of my friends." He's like, "So I'm keeping this, I'm getting rid of you."
The crowd probably lost
everyone
it.
just got quiet.
What is this? You kissing ass or what? That's the rudest thing I've ever seen. That's terrible.
So for people who don't know, I mean, if you're watching this, you most likely do. But his show, To Catch a Cheater, is basically people will say that they think or have a suspicion that their spouse or partner is cheating on them, or that they would be the type who would likely cheat. And so you guys pick...
Set them up on a test, basically.
It's a test of your loyalty.
All right, so Kelly's been dating your boyfriend David for a while.
Hey, wow, that's so big.
But let's take them back a bit.
Sure.
So before this idea, before this growth, before this YouTube, you're a kid in Palm Springs. In Palm Springs, I mean, I've been there once. It doesn't seem like the most lively place. Yeah. Was it you and all the older people there partying at night? What was your life like in Palm Springs?
I come from like a really big Mexican family. And people don't understand. There's, on my dad's side, we got like 8 brothers and sisters. On my mom's side, there's 7. A lot of them been remarried, so I have like tons of cousins and aunts and uncles just everywhere. So we always grew up like just being this rowdy group of kids, and I wanted to be a comedian when I was growing up.
Yeah.
So I was always doing performances and stand-up comedy routines when I was a kid.
I heard you can do a good Chris Tucker and Jim Carrey.
We all wear masks, metaphorically speaking.
I used to walk like Jim Carrey downtown, like in front of my family and stuff.
Where did that come from? Like, what inspired the wannabe?
I think I was just the youngest in the family, and I didn't get that much attention, so I would act out. So I developed these characters when I was a kid, and one of them was like, I mean, it's not funny, but I was playing like a handicapped kid. When we grew up, our parents used to spank us and stuff. We used to act disabled, right? That way, like, if they slapped me in public, it'd make them look like even worse, right?
Pranking your parents from a young age.
But I would stay in character. Like, literally from the moment we got out to Denny's in the parking lot till we went inside the restaurant ordering, and they'd get so pissed off at me.
Parent spanks disabled kid. Not a good headline.
It's not a good headline, though.
So after all of these, you're doing these impressions, you're acting as a disabled kid.
Yeah.
Where did that progress into actually wanting to pursue acting? At what point in your life?
I did theater in middle school and in high school. When I started boxing, I like completely got rid of theater and all that stuff, and then I started wrestling. I went to college, continued doing athletics, and then after that, I was 20 years old, I think, when I left school. I didn't finish. I just decided I was going to be an entrepreneur and do something.
What did Kanye as a line? Oh, you graduated? Nah, I decided I was finished.
Yeah, exactly. It was one of those. My dad has a successful concrete company.
Yeah.
So I just figured, my dad's making more money than a lot of these guys going to school and didn't get himself in debt. He only went to like 4th grade.
Wow.
My dad had a really rough upbringing. Then from there, I just said, I'll try out some different things. So I started a few different businesses. My first one when I was 17, right out of high school. Failed big time.
So I was doing driveways, right?
Yeah, doing pavers. Yeah. I used to lay pavers. I lost a lot of money, went to school, came back, started another business at 20, then another one at 22, then another one at 24. And then on my 25th birthday, I got so burnt out. And I said, I want to go back to doing what I wanted to do when I was younger, which was acting. So I moved out to LA.
Was that, do you remember the day that happened?
It was on my birthday.
Wow.
So I came out to LA to do a meeting for, I don't remember his first name. He was an Armenian guy.
Okay.
My ex-girlfriend used to work for him, and I went there to do a presentation for this like product I was selling.
Yeah.
He's the one that told me I should get into acting. I'm very presentable. He can get me commercials and stuff. That was on my birthday, and I remember thinking on the drive back, I had like a 2-hour drive back thinking about it. Like, man, why don't I? You know?
Yeah. Like what's holding you back? Yeah.
May 15th, 2013, I ended up moving out here.
Wow.
So I've been out here a little over 5 years now.
That's crazy. And in an interview, I remember you were talking about your mentor told you was 2 years. You know, give it 2 years with acting. See if you like it, then you'll figure it out. Mm-hmm. What did you decide on that 2-year date?
It's so funny, man. I'm very factual and business oriented about things. So I told myself I'm not even going to turn around for the first 2 years. I'm just going to
head down,
not even look behind me. And I came out here. I got very lucky. I booked my first national commercial within like a month of being out here. It was for Amtrak.
Why Amtrak California?
Or prep time.
Yeah.
And then I just kept booking things. I kept booking commercials. I think I've done about 19.
You had Adidas.
Adidas, Nike,
yeah.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Luis?
On my 2-year mark, I just kept going. And then it was on my 3-year anniversary, actually, when I started questioning, like, where is this going to take me? You know, because there's something else I can be doing. Every May 15th, every year, I always do an evaluation of where I'm at, even this year. So.
Have you always been an analytical person where you like look at things from that logistical perspective?
I was dumb growing up. I proudly say this. I never read my first book until I was 20 years old.
Wow.
Before that, I don't know what I was thinking, but I just know that like education isn't really pushed in our culture as like, Hispanics. And, you know, sports, hard work, those kind of things are very big on us. I read my first book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and that forever changed my life. Have you read it?
I've heard great things. That's on my list, yeah.
And from there, it was like the Matrix. I just completely changed the way I thought. And since then, I've literally been on my path. It's 10 years now as an entrepreneur.
That's crazy. And now you're a big reader, right?
Yeah.
So what's your reading schedule like?
I just got done reading 2 different books. The Way of the Superior Man.
I'm reading that right now, actually. I read it while I take a shit. It's great.
This is The Way of the Superior Man is like the Bible for men.
Yeah.
Every man should read this.
Really good.
Yeah.
What's your biggest takeaway from that book so far?
I read it twice back to back. I can literally read that book and understand the different moments I had as a guy. It talks about guys in their early 20s being the most jealous, insecure, controlling, manipulative, spoiled little creatures on this planet. I remember reading that and laughing and just thinking, God, like, I was way different at 20 than I am right now at 30. And, you know, I've just matured.
Well, I mean, through this, the reading, and I mean, I've heard you say there's no cheat code except for education, right? What do you think the biggest thing you've learned through this entire entrepreneurial process has been that you think you'll take on with you throughout your life?
When I talk to other entrepreneurs or guys doing business and stuff, I'm not very sympathetic towards their feelings or the fact that it's hard.
Got it.
Like, I don't care. Like, I've been through it. The point is, like, you're supposed to struggle, hit walls. Things are supposed to happen like that. And sometimes you need it because it helps build that emotional muscle you need. I would say, pissed off when I was younger, more so. And that kind of was like what fueled me. And now I'm a little bit more relaxed, enjoying everything. I'm not angry about anything. Like, I'm just like...
You don't do the disabled
this is like,
walking.
This has been like the happiest year of my life last year. I remember just looking back on everything when I turned 30.
When you first started the idea, I mean, you had that test video kind of that already did big numbers.
Yeah.
But did you expect that it would be this big when you started it?
No. Number one, I didn't know there was money on YouTube. In my mind, I was a legit actor. I'm not a YouTuber. And then I found out through Sam that our first video, somebody purchased it for $12,000. So I'm like, what do you mean? Why?
You're like, who
what
would,
do they do
who
with it?
bought, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I got $6,000 and I'm like, you know, I think there's something with this. And once we started the show, I kind of knew. I kind of just could see it. Like, everything we kept dropping was just going viral.
And you studied psychology and human behavior.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what is the thing that you've learned about human behavior that's been the most consistent after seeing so many runs throughout this To Catch a Cheater?
I would say, I mean, everyone deals with their own insecurities differently. Living in, like, scarcity or living in fear, like, just not a way to live life. It's just like, I'm so sure of who I am these days. Like, I could care less about doing a test on her, about finding that out.
Yeah.
But when I was younger, I might have been so eager to know because I just can't take it. I'd have to know, you know, so you kind of find that as a common theme. If you look at some of the emails we get just daily of people wanting to test their partners. And
You said you get hundreds of requests. What's the most outrageous request that you didn't do? That you're like, this, I can't even do this one.
We tried calling her. Sent us an email that her boyfriend's cheated on her 11 times, and she wants to put him to the test.
You're like, what test?
Yeah, he failed, man. Like,
he failed 11 times.
You need to leave.
You also always ask, do you consider this cheating? Is this cheating?
I would say anything you can't do without your significant partner being there next to you would be considered cheating.
Okay, so if you were in a relationship and the woman you were dating did some of the things that you've caught other guys or other women doing, what percentage would you say of the videos would you have left the person?
Not that much, honestly, so I've become very non-judgmental about things as I've gotten older. I just know, all right? Girls gonna find other guys attractive.
Yeah.
If a tall, buff, good-looking dude comes past and asks questions, whether she admits it or not, she will have a chemical reaction that goes on in her body. She'll feel a pull and attraction next to the guy.
Natural.
And it's like, dude, whatever.
So I feel like some guys,
let it go.
You can't. I just always find you can't date an attractive woman being an insecure guy. It's just not gonna work.
I've tried it when I was younger. It was
right,
hard.
and you said you've had to figure out the hard way. It's like there's gonna be other guys who she's attracted to.
Yep. She's gonna constantly get hit on every day.
What does Tupac mean to you?
I grew up listening to his music, so he was a big influence, I would say.
And what about Master P?
Master P.
Your first CD ever, right?
No, Silk the Shocker, actually. So it's like his cousin, No Limit Records, and he had Charge It to the Game, I think it was called, was Silk the Shocker's.
Okay.
I've heard it now. It's actually garbage. But back in 6th grade, that was the first rap CD. I went through like a phase. I wanted to be like a cholo. This is a business.
Well, I remember, in an interview, you kind of said you were like on the edge of this gang life where you could have gone that wrong path. What I know you said sports kind of pulled you back in, but were there people that you had to leave behind in order to do that?
Sure. I'm a very cheerful guy now, but when I left, so all my friends are older than me.
Yeah.
They were all part of a gang, and I can literally just tell you how many of them aren't even alive today.
Wow.
So a few close friends of mine. So Luis Ojeda, a friend of mine, he was a grade above me. He got shot in the head.
Wow.
He was dead. Fernando died in prison. Let me think. Alex, which is my friend Johnny's older brother, he went in and out of prison, became like a tweaker. Now he's in prison in Mexico. My other friend Smiley, he died. My friend Jonathan Ramirez, he went to prison for murder.
Wow.
John Rocha went to prison for coke and stolen car in Arizona. Ricardo became a drug addict. Johnny became a drug addict. My friend Johnny's the only one that really stepped out of that, and he got a girl pregnant, and then he got 2 girls pregnant, but then he kind of walked away from that life, got married, and he lives out here in Riverside now, and he's the only guy I've actually fallen up with.
It's crazy when they say you're gonna either end up dead or in jail.
Yeah, I had a choice, man. It's I could see, since they're all older than me, I saw them all graduating ahead of me, and then from there, they all just went different routes, and I just thought, what the hell am I gonna do? So moved to San Diego, and I just said, I'm out of here.
Do you remember the moment when you decided that, or was it after all these events just building up?
I'll say girls kind of saved me.
Okay.
Because I just saw whose life do I want to be like when I was that age, and I can see them getting older, and I thought it was cool before, but then I'm like, dude, look at the girls they're dating. Well, they're not good looking to me anymore. And I'd see other people, I'm like, I think I like this better. So, and because I was wrestling and I got offered some scholarships, I just said, I think I'm going to continue wrestling and just see where that takes me. And it took till I was about 21 before I finally got out of that phase.
It's so cool to see how far you've come, and you can see where you would have gone.
Yeah.
And I know, so in college you won a championship in 2007, I believe,
for Palomar College.
For wrestling. I'm wondering now, is there stuff that you still wrestle with?
At 30, I feel like I got a grip on everything, from just relationships, from friends to family, to spiritual, to girlfriends, to business. If I had a struggle, it would be probably settling down at this time.
Okay, then I have to ask. These girls come on your show, all right? They expose their man for being not the man that they thought.
Yeah.
And from what I see, a woman who's in that vulnerable state, she sees a good-looking dude who's there for her at the time, helped her through this. Do any of these girls ever try to get with you?
Yeah, for sure.
What does that go down like?
I've only hung out with a few of them. Mainly the accomplices. Even the ones that sometimes message me, I'll click on their profile, they have boyfriends. And I'm like, what are they thinking?
You're like, do you literally
do what I do? Yeah, exactly. I'm like, you better be good at picking your partner here. So.
What's your biggest tip for body language. I know you did body language seminars.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be useful for people. Let's say you're meeting someone for the first time.
Sure.
What would your body language ideally be like?
Honestly, the way to hit on a girl is to not hit on her. It's like honestly my best advice. Don't be forward, don't be needy, don't act like you're available. And it's just human psychology. You want what you can't have.
Yeah.
So I would say that, you present yourself as best as possible when meeting somebody, but let it be them who chases you. And there's ways you can set that up. And through body language, a guy that's all facing a girl, giving her all the attention, compared to a guy that turns his back to the girl and says, yeah, that's cool. He just cuts her off. She will feel that need, like, why isn't this guy hitting on me? Why isn't this guy talking to me? Be
and
different.
seeks that attention.
Be different.
After,
Every guy that comes up to a girl shakes her hand or calls her beautiful. As weird as it sounds, you go up to the girl that everyone's calling beautiful and like you got to stand on your shirt. And she's like, what? And like
the neg.
Of course. The pickup artist stuff. Yeah, of course. It's all very connected. That stuff. All that stuff works.
It's crazy.
So everyone shakes her hand. I high five her, spin her, pick her up.
Just something different,
Do all that, then push her away. So here, get out of here. You make my girlfriend jealous, and she's like, just confused and shit. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. Speaking of this, I pulled up some old Instagram comments on your page, and I want to answer some fans who, maybe might have commented something way back that never got answered. This person said this was 12 weeks ago, but this was on your first ever Instagram picture, so she went back.
Okay.
And she said, this is _ABHX_. I'm stalking you with 15 U's, as you see there.
Yeah.
I'm stalking you. Can I get a reply?
Who is that? Let's check her out. Click on her. If I didn't reply, there's a reason.
There's clearly a reason. I need to know, did he actually have sex on that one video with Connor Murphy? I don't know the actual video she's talking about.
No, that's just us talking shit.
I think it was in an interview you said it takes 5 to 10 years to be an overnight success.
Yeah.
Big Sean has a similar line. I'm wondering if you had to put the last 10 years of your journey into perspective, what you've learned, how you've grown, how would you describe this whole journey that you've been on?
I will say this, even though like I always tell myself you haven't quite made it, it's very hard to stay motivated, like I was telling you, because you do get to a certain point where it's like, if I make like 60 grand in a month, it's like, why the fuck should I even wake up tomorrow? Like, and like, what do I do? I'll tell you this, looking back on it, it's some of the best times we're in the struggle. That is the happiness part. Like, people don't understand, like, hard work, discipline, these all things lead back to being happy, because that's you growing. And there's literally no better satisfaction than walking around knowing that I didn't get handed this thing. I didn't win the lottery. Like, I had to physically go through it, and it sculpted who I am today. So like, they can never take it away from me, basically, because it's who I am. It's what I had to go through. And if someone took it away today, I can get right back there, like, immediately. So if I can say what I've learned, I guess, in those 10 years, is just, you got to go through it, man. Don't quit.
Word.
And
it's like J. Cole says, there's beauty in the struggle.
Yeah, that is the happiness part of it, because you get here and you're like, well, what am I chasing now? It was so much more fun chasing it, believe it or not, in a weird way. It's weird. I'm happy now, but I'm telling you, there's a weird thing about it that you enjoy chasing that struggle.
The journey is the destination. So what would you say keeps you motivated now? What's your why?
Really, I just wanted to make enough money before where I didn't have to work.
Yeah.
But then it's like, well, you don't want to accomplish. You get bigger cravings, I guess, for things just to do it.
What's your next journey? Like, do you have a mark where you can chase? Because I feel like you can still do that, but you're chasing towards a bigger goal now.
So YouTube is, we don't know where the future is going to be with YouTube. So I'm pretty conservative with my money.
Yeah.
So right now, just buying real estate, as many triplexes as I can get my hands on.
Yeah.
And I think by the end of next year, I should have enough that I literally won't have to work anymore.
Wow.
I will continue to work.
Yeah, of course.
But at least I won't have to. And I literally think I might just go, depending if I'm dating someone or married or with kids, whatever I'm doing there, just disappear for a while.
Yeah.
Like literally like 4 months or 2 months somewhere, 2 months somewhere else, 2 months somewhere else, and then see if I come back to Hollywood, because I love LA, but I don't know how long I'm going to stay out here.
I'm very happy to see all your success, man. I'm looking forward to see how far this thing goes, and what the future holds for you. But anything else you want to say to the people, your fans out there?
Man, I appreciate all my fans. There's a lot of fans that'll see me and like be scared to come up to me.
Yeah.
And I'll like encourage them, like, because I can tell they're looking at me, looking at their phone, and like, is this him? And then, like, I don't know, they shouldn't be so offset. We're just YouTubers, is almost how I think.
Yeah, like, I'm a person.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah, man, I can say that I honestly think we'll be around for like the next 3 years before the show really franchises off to other countries. And you know, I think last resort we'll sell it to TV. And
Yeah,
then, you know,
cycle it back.
yeah, cycle it back.
First you were searching for.
I've milked YouTube for everything I can get it, and then now TV can have it.
First you were searching for acting opportunities, then you were selling your show that you made back to the TV.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, this has been the best Luis Mercado interview
Dude,
ever.
You did really good homework because you were saying some things that I didn't think you would know. So
Hey, I have to. If I'm gonna say it's the best interview, I can't have mediocre research.
all right, man. Awesome, man.
All right.